What's up, YouTube, man? It's your boy Ntcdanzel, man. Back with another video for y'all boys, man. We're gonna react to an innocent girl got stabbed 133 times and slept on her body. Hit that subscribe button, man. Follow my Instagram, man. Let's get into the video.
A young girl with special needs tortured. The details of the crime, utterly unbelievable.
They tortured her and just let her bleed to death and die. And then they just put her in their mattress and were hoping to dispose of the mattress with her body in there. She had such a light about her.
I thought she was a beautiful girl.
She was so stunningly beautiful, and she didn't even realize that.
Very sweet and loving, and she was silly.
And she just had an innocence about her.
In this journey of life, it's much easier for one to get murdered by a friend than an enemy. This is largely because we tend to trust our friends and lower our guard around them, never thinking that they would want to do anything to harm us. But unfortunately, that trust can sometimes be given to the wrong people, just like in this case of 20-year-old Mary Santina Collins. When her two friends invited her over, she thought that they were just going to hang out and have fun. Sadly, she would end up murdered in the most gruesome way. But why would anybody want to do a thing like this to a girl everybody described as lovely and kind? Well, let's find out.
Motherfuckers be hanging and shit? Oh, duh. Motherfuckers be hanging and shit. Motherfuckers be saying shit that they don't got that you got. And that she making them feel fucked up inside for me.
What really happened and the events leading up to this senseless act of violence. Mary Santina Collins was born on July 6, 1999 in Charlotte, North Carolina, to her mother, Casey Del Pezzo. But Mary lived with her grandmother, Mia Alderman, who raised her from when she was a baby. Unfortunately, Mary was born with a genetic condition known as 22q deletion syndrome, or Di-George syndrome, which is the second most common genetic disorder behind Down syndrome. As of December 2019, the United States government estimated that this genetic condition affects about 1 in 4,000 people and causes various physical and mental health problems, such as heart defects, immune system disorders, learning disabilities, and behavioral issues.
Here's one thing you need to do before buying anything online. Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you watch this first.
As a result of this condition, Mary was born with an internal cleft palate, which made it difficult for her to verbally express herself. She would only speak to her family members and close friends because her speech impediment made her shy. Usually, a 20-year-old could take care of herself without needing any form of external help, but because of her condition, Mary found it extremely difficult to navigate her way through her neighborhood. Performing very little tasks like counting change was also hard, as she got easily confused when challenged with any mental tasks. But in all these, Mary kept putting an effort into getting things done by herself, even though she failed most of the time.
She actually really had the mentality of like a 14, 15-year-old, and she had a severe speech impediment.
In her South Charlotte neighborhood, she would use her phone's GPS to navigate her way on her walks, and would take an Uber when visiting her friends, though her friends would have to be the ones to bring her back home. Despite her challenges, Mary never lost her spark or charm. She was a cheerful and loving person who enjoyed dancing, singing, drawing, and spending time with her family and friends.
She had such a light about her.
I thought she was a beautiful girl.
She was so stunningly beautiful, and she didn't even realize that.
Very sweet and loving, and she was silly.
And she just had an innocence about her.
Everyone who knew her said she was just a beautiful young woman who was a joy to be around. No one had anything bad to say about her, and she saw the good in everybody, even though she was constantly bullied.
She was just such a sweet person that she expected everybody was like that, and so she was very vulnerable and very easily manipulated.
She was very kind and trusted people blindly. This would turn out to be her greatest undoing, making her a target for sick people who wanted to harm her. On March 28, 2020, Mary received a strange and unexpected invitation from Kelly LaVerry and Levi Farm, a couple who lived in a trendy apartment complex called The Yards in the Noda neighborhood. Levi was an old friend of Mary's from high school, and they had briefly dated before he met Kelly. Kelly, on the other hand, was a jealous and abusive girlfriend who had been harassed.
But I just said that in the beginning of the video. I said jealousy and shit, bro. Fuckers be jealous of your life and shit. Certain shit be at home. They be going through shit at home and shit. Come to school, see certain kids in different moods and shit. They be jealous of that shit. Regardless if they your friend or not. Being somebody's friend, I don't mean nothing, bro. I don't mean nothing. Loyalty means something, bro. Not being somebody's friend.
Seeing Mary on social media for months. She would call her names, mock her disability, and tell her to take her own life.
I remember seeing the comments, "Ooh, nobody would want you. If I were you, I would want to disappear as soon as possible."
But Mary, being the forgiving person that she was, agreed to go hang out with them. Little did she know that this was a trap and not.
I ain't gonna lie, a lot of these videos I be watching with these girls and shit, bro, it be like signs. Bro, how can somebody go online bashing you and you tell yourself that it's cool to be hanging with them still? Motherfuckers went online saying all type of shit about you, bro. Friends are not that serious, bro. You don't need nobody, bro. You can be by yourself. Trust me, that's the best way. Be by yourself, bro. You don't need no friends, bro. Friends is trouble, bro.
A harmless get-together with friends.
Thought she was going to hang out with friends, and they took her whole life away from her and from us.
When Mary agreed to come hang out with them, Kelly and Levi sent an Uber to go pick her up. However, Mary's grandmother, knowing how Kelly had bullied Mary in the past, did not want her to go on that visit because, as an elder, she could sense that something was not right. But Mary insisted on going, and in order to not make her sad or lonely, her grandmother decided to.
I ain't gonna lie, your parents always know, bro. Like my mom and shit, my mom will always tell me and shit, don't go certain places and shit. She not feeling right, me going certain places. A lot of times and shit, something happened at that same place she told me not to go to. So your parents be knowing, bro. You gotta just listen, bro. Stop being little dickheads and shit. Want to be a grown, want to be like, you like bossy and shit. Acting like you can't listen to your parents when they tell you not to go out, bro. Just don't go, bro. Just follow what they telling you, bro. It's for a reason.
Let her go. Meanwhile, Kelly and Levi had ordered sushi, which they knew was one of Mary's favorites. And as soon as Mary arrived, they welcomed her to join the party as they took pictures and made videos for the gram. They had also invited another guest, James Salerno, alias Jimmy, who was a friend of Kelly and Levi. So the four were together having a good time, but things took an ugly turn when Mary refused to engage in a disgusting four-way with them. Offended by Mary's rejection, the trio conspired to sedate her with Xanax. As soon as Mary lost consciousness, the trio brutally attacked her and inflicted about 133 javelins on her. The poor girl fought for her life, but what could she do in such a situation?
One thing, snap sports.
I don't understand how the fuck y'all be having a heart to stab somebody that much time, 133 times, bro. Like y'all was having fun with it, bro. Like that's just having, you don't call it, that's just called having fun with it, bro.
It'll be possible. Appreciate you guys very
I know
much.
just stabbing somebody that much time.
It was only her against three monsters. She suffered alone in fear and agony before she eventually succumbed to her injuries.
It's just so hard to believe that this happened to somebody so sweet and innocent.
Seeing what they had done, Jimmy.
And think about it, bro. Think about it, right? These motherfuckers be going to court and shit, and they get 10 years, 15 years. Well, I think, bro, that motherfucker should die the same way you kill motherfuckers, bro. They stabbed 133 times, they should get stabbed 133 times. It's just how it's supposed to be, bro. Bro, the motherfucker be tripping, bro.
He quickly called America Dye, an acquaintance he had met on Tinder, to come and help them clean up the mess they had made. They tried to mask the imminent smell of decomposition and erase the evidence of their crime by covering Mary's body with Cascade dish detergent and pumpkin spice shower gel. They then wrapped her in duct tape and saran wrap, and then put her body into a trash bag. They went on to rip Kelly and Levi's mattress, hid her body in there, and carefully sealed back the mattress as it originally was. Their final plan was later to burn the mattress completely to erase the evidence of their heinous crime. It would be later revealed that Kelly LaVerry was the mastermind and the commander.
Why you niggas stupid though? Y'all got her Uber, bro. Yeah, like y'all, how y'all be doing crimes and shit, and be forgetting that y'all got an Uber. They can track the Uber. They can track all the shit that y'all did. I don't think this shit through.
From whose evil head all the ideas came from. Meanwhile, Mary's grandmother, Mia, was already becoming agitated as she waited past the time she had expected them to bring Mary home. Initially, she had tried to dismiss the disturbing thoughts that something might have gone wrong because she had seen the videos uploaded by her friends where they seemed to be having a good time. She imagined that her granddaughter had gotten carried away by the party. But, on a second thought, she hadn't seen Mary update her own social media handle with any pictures or videos from the fun time with friends. Now she was getting really worried, especially as she also noticed that her phone was not going through when she called her, but she was able to ping her last location at Kelly and Levi's apartment. So she decided to go after her, and as soon as she knocked on the couple's door, Kelly and Levi immediately came out and broke the news to her that Mary had already left their place. But Mia knew there was no way Mary could have left on her own. Also, Mary needed her phone to navigate around town, and it hadn't been active since she tried to contact her. Convinced that something had gone wrong, Mia quickly filed a police report with the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department on March 30th, 2020. However, the CMPD would not register any missing person complaints because, according to them, being a missing person is not a crime, because they have seen a lot of adults who would go missing anytime they try.
So you telling me this girl grandmother reported that she missing and y'all talking about it's not a crime and shit. Yeah, it's not a crime, but bro, y'all gotta look into it though. Y'all gotta send motherfuckers out there, make some calls and y'all get the fuck you mean.
Supposed to and resurface again later. According to them, the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Missing Persons Unit receives over 3,500 missing person reports annually. Approximately 70% of those reports involve juveniles between the ages of 13 and 17, which also constitute the largest number of habitual runaways. Adults account for the other 30%. On average, in any given year, less than 10 reports truly involve foul play. So when Mia filed the report for a missing person, the authorities did not take her seriously. Mia said that the detective assigned to the case had only gone to the couple's apartment once and left when nobody answered the door. Disappointed by the authorities' nonchalant attitude, Mia and Mary's mom, Casey, started taking the laws into their own hands by frequenting Kelly and Levi's apartment every day in search of Mary. At one point, Levi let Mia and Casey into the apartment to look for her, but he did not allow Mia into the bedroom because he knew she would rip everything apart in that room to find her granddaughter. So they quickly guided Casey through the room, but she saw no sign of her daughter. Eventually, Joshua Gaskin, the detective handling Mary's case, told the family to stop harassing the couple. But the two women were not ready to stop.
This world fucked up, bro. So they reported that she's missing, and it's been what? Probably a couple of hours and passed by. They looking for her daughter, and y'all going to say how harassing these motherfuckers and shit. Y'all not gonna question these motherfuckers. Y'all not gonna do nothing. And there was the last motherfuckers with her. But y'all not, man, these people.
Until they found Mary. Detective Gaskin showed no interest in Mary's case despite all the pleas from her family. Mary's grandmother had even suggested that they obtain CCTV footage from the apartment to determine if Mary had actually left the house. But the detective dismissed her by saying that they needed a warrant to do that, but that was a lie.
Imagine a car that goes as far.
Mia, on her own, had gotten permission from the apartment's corporate office to view the footage without any warrant. But unfortunately, by this time, the footage from the day of the incident had been wiped. Meanwhile, Jimmy Salerno had started bragging about the crime they committed to others. He didn't just talk, he showed pictures and videos of Mary's body on his phone. The person he told immediately reported it to the authorities, and they came knocking on Levi and Kelly's door. The two allowed the detectives to search their apartment, but the detectives found nothing. This was largely because they didn't have a search warrant to conduct a proper search, and without a warrant, the house owner can tell you where to look and where not to look. And this is exactly what happened.
How did the detectives miss Mary's body?
Mary was very well concealed.
So the detective left the apartment believing that Mary was not there. But a few days later, on April 4th, 2020, the witness...
So you a detective, you came to an apartment, motherfuckers told you, don't look there, and you're not going to tell yourself something was wrong, or why? Like, why are they telling me? Like, why do they want me to go in this specific area in the house? Like, you're not going to tell yourself something wrong, bro. That's fucked up. And y'all signed up for this shit, bro. Y'all signed up to protect motherfuckers. And y'all just don't get no fucks, bro. Let it be your kid, though. You be the first motherfucker in that shit.
called yet again, insisting that Mary's body was in the house. But this time they were more specific and pointed the detective in the right direction: the mattress. The CMPD quickly obtained a search warrant, and next, they were knocking on the couple's door again. When they were let in, they walked straight to the mattress in the bedroom, and when they ripped it open, there was Mary's body, carefully wrapped in a black trash bag. On April 5th, 2020, Jimmy Salerno, 19, was arrested along with Kelly Lavery, 24, and Levi Pham, 21. They were charged with homicide, kidnapping, and concealment of a death. Jimmy had a previous criminal record of armed robbery and marijuana possession. The first defendant, Kelly Lavery, took a plea deal and agreed to plead guilty to second-degree homicide. She was sentenced to 25 to 32 years in prison and is currently serving her time at the Anson Correctional Institution. But as much as Kelly will be put away for a long time, no time will be enough for her to pay the price of what she did to Mary. Her plea deal made Mary's family outraged because they felt that their daughter's life was worth more than the 25 years she got.
Nobody is going to tell me that Mary's life, the value of her life, is 25 years. Mary matters more than that.
The second defendant, Levi Pham, pleaded not guilty to murder and kidnapping charges. He's still in jail, awaiting trial. As of October 2023, his next court case has not been set. For America Dye, who had initially fled to Colorado, she turned herself into the authorities in Colorado after learning that a warrant had been issued for her arrest. She was charged with felony accessory after the fact and concealing a death. She was extradited to North Carolina, where she was released on a $100,000 bond on September 18th, 2020. Meanwhile, on January 13th, 2023, Jimmy Salerno, who had initially pleaded not guilty, appeared before a judge for a bond hearing. Despite the pleas from Mary's family for the judge to not grant him bond, their pleas fell on deaf ears, as the judge went on to grant him a $250,000 bond. However, Jimmy remained in jail until June.
Boy, y'all niggas nuts. That ass, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Y'all be bugging out, bro. Y'all gonna get this man a bond, bro. Why y'all ain't just kill all three of them? Just kill all three of them, bro. Oh my God.
15th, 2023, when he was released on bond, and he is currently out in the public with no conditions.
I feel like the court system failed them.
Jamie, this past weekend,
Let it be a black
first one of the suspects charged with Collins' murder has been released from jail. We first told you in January, a judge granted a $250,000 bond on the murder charge to James Salerno.
Mary's family was heartbroken once again to see the people who murdered their daughter get a deal when they didn't give Mary any chance to make a deal for her own life.
People need to be held accountable for what they've done, because you can just have somebody over 133 times, bash their head in, force down her throat, and do other unspeakable things to her, kill her and take her and wrap her in plastic, hide her in a mattress, and take her from us.
On July 5th, 2020, the eve of her 21st birthday, Mary's family held a small, private graveside service for her. The family couldn't provide her with the befitting funeral they had wanted, as only 10 people were in attendance due to the pandemic restrictions. To seek justice for Mary and others like her, Mary's family has set up an organization, Mary's Voice, which seeks policy change in missing persons investigations, especially when they involve people with special needs. Mary's case was not a typical case of a missing person. She was simply held against her wish, and she had no way to call for help because of her genetic condition. Her family is now advocating for a change in the system that will empower the close relatives of the victim to have a say in whether the person reported missing is deemed to be truly missing and possibly in danger. In all these, the most painful part is to watch as the beasts and monsters who took the most valuable thing in your life get a deal and walk free when they did not give your child a chance to strike a deal for their own life. Do you think Mary got any shade of justice in this case? Or do you think the system was rigged to put the defendant's future over those whose lives they took?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That was fucked up, bro. Because first of all, they reported it. The grandmother reported it. Y'all ain't get no fucks. And then y'all find out she was dead. Just for y'all to give these motherfuckers a deal. Man, y'all niggas need some Jesus in y'all life or something. And that's that video, man. That subscribe button, man. Follow my Instagram. We out here.